his gameplay in a big way after we had a few sessions, and now kind of transitioning from an aggressive in-your-face Rob to a little bit more of a balanced playstyle. Let's see how that works against Longo. If I am to believe the rumors, it's not going to look too pretty for Sintro, but like you said, this is their first tournament encounter, and you know there's always a huge difference between playing offline or even playing online and playing in tournaments.
Right, and this Ditto has to be so weird to play because both these players, like you just saw, want to contest the mid-range with that neutral air, and they have the exact same tools to do so. So what makes the difference in how you approach these kinds of games? Because you can't just stick to the standard game plan you have for every other character, right?
Yeah, it's crazy. I think actually like Dittos are a very poor test of skill because a lot of the situations are kind of toss-ups, right? Because like you said, they have the same options. So in a lot of situations, you want to do the same things, and it kind of comes down to, hey, is this player like 1 pixel better in terms of spacing? Is this player like maybe a frame better in terms of timing? But one of the most important things that I just wanted to highlight is situation recognition, right? The first player to recognize the situation accurately is going to have a huge advantage. And in that situation, Longo recognizing, hey, Sintro wants to establish some burst range here, is going to go for that shield, up slash out of shield, early stock, extremely big swing in Longo's favor. And look at him extending that lead, 50% on Sintro already, but Sintro fights back, plays to like a little bit of a slower approach, chases with the upper, and poor DI, Longo.
Yeah.
This is what happens, right? Not even Rob mains know how to DI the up air.
I'm not sure, I believe, yeah, I'm not sure what happened right there, but Sintro getting that early KO with that up air, very important for him, gets the snipe with the laser. We got a little bit of Beyblading going on in the middle of the stage, but that's not the game we're playing right here. Gyros tossed around, I don't even know whose gyro that was, but Sintro doing very well on his second stock, definitely not shook from that up smash read we saw in the first stock.
For sure, near, and so far we see a very back and forth game. Looking at percentages all but even, and Sintro, like we said, momentum wise, he is in a way better spot than Longo is. Longo playing a little bit more reserved than we normally see him play, and it shows because Sintro is taking a lot of these opportunities and he grasps them with both hands and just kind of capitalizes on them as best as he can. The empty land is going to call it the match. And again, Longo, the first one to take the stock. Sintro kind of fishing for that KO, not going to get punished. The invincibility coming in big. And there we see those Nair trades that you kind of mentioned, right? Both these characters kind of both throwing out the Nair. And then it's all kind of up to Lady Luck, right? Where you just barely faster, where you just barely better space. It's hard to play a game of inches at the rapid pace that Smash Ultimate does.
We just see Nair time and time again. It's even some gyro and some laser. Yeah, this is the true Rob Ditto that we're looking at. Both players really looking for the same options at the same time. Now Sintro is looking for that KO. Longo at a nice 170% will not lose his stock early this time around. Sintro maybe looking for a grab, maybe looking for a back air, maybe even the stray Nair will kill at this point. But Longo very evasive.
Oh. Not an up throw, surprisingly, but gets the KO regardless. The up air just kind of, flailing those arms around, waiting for that KO. Very active hitbox, very nice coverage by Sintro, making sure that Longo's stock is finally forfeit. Now Sintro has a double gyro. He has both Longo's gyro as well as his own. Longo going high, taking a lot of damage. Looking at the percentages here, the second up air is going to do it. And again, the DI was not on point. Not even Rob Mays know how to DI the up air.
And you could see Longo shaking his head. This could be what pushes Sintro over the edge to take this set, because that losing game 8 like that sucks.
Yeah, losing game 1 like that is definitely a bad thing. But you know what the worst thing is? I'm seeing shades of Longo versus Peli, where Longo went high to avoid Peli, and Peli just chased him down. And that's exactly what we're seeing here, as Sintro just gets that double up air in there. That was insane.
Alright, we're gonna go to game number 2. Let's see if Longo can shake it. Oh, we're actually gonna see a character switch right here. The Pyra and Mythra coming out. Now this changes everything, because just now we saw a little bit of an awkward Ditto where both players were looking for the exact same stuff. But the Pyra and Mythra really changes things up, because this is a very different character from Rob.
For sure, and that was already like almost a very depressing start. And I do have to wonder, like, this matchup, I mean, Mythra does dominate Rob, but if you look at like the risk reward, it can actually be pretty rough for Mythra in the long run, because good luck killing Rob without Pyra, and when you do play Pyra, like Pyra's neutral is not going to be very advantageous against Rob, so you are pressured as Mythra to establish dominance in the neutral, but when you play that aggressively, when you establish dominance in that way, you can very quickly fall into some pitfalls, like for example, you know, running into that Rob Nair, getting caught off guard by the Rob Gyro. So it's very important that you play a very balanced and very healthy mix of like direct pressure, right, where you kind of like run in and you establish your hitboxes, as well as indirect pressure, where you're more of a focusing more on feints, reacting to the opponent and stuff like that. Here we see the Pyra coming to fruition. The Gyro, really good complement to Pyra's weaknesses, but so far no big reward. The forward smash a little bit ambitious by Longo, not gonna lead into much. He keeps playing Pyra, and he gets punished for it, and this is why you never play Pyra in neutral. Gotta stick to that Mythra. Way more options, way less limited, and because of that limitation, Longo felt forced to roll, and that roll did lead into his demise. One thing I want to point out real quick that I think is a huge aspect in this matchup is that Rob's up smash is fast enough to punish Mythra's Nair on shield. So that mix-up, it can get punished extremely heavily by Mythra, right? And that really limits the degree to which she can pressure her opponent.
Right, but Longo seems to be sticking to that Pyra, doesn't quite get the KO, but this is very scary, because if Sintro manages to get that Pyra into disadvantage, then I'm not liking what I'm seeing right now.
It catches the jump, has to recover with Mythra, goes high, very smart by both parties. Sintro going for a low side beat to cover a low recovery, and Longo instead going high. That, you know, Longo's tendency to go high, definitely a pattern this time, working out very well. The up air definitely not going to connect, or definitely not going to kill on battlefield, I was about to say, but the forward air will, and now we see that Mythra again, those low percentage combos should be going on a line ASAP.
Alright, tries to go for the side beat, doesn't quite get it. It's a little bit of a risky option there, but only takes 8% for it, so I guess Sintro came out ahead there. Cute combos with the gyro. One thing of being a Rob main yourself is that you know everything about how to control that thing, how to catch it and stuff like that. So Longo definitely using that to his advantage. Tries to go for the up smash this time. Very wise, gets the down smash and gets the stuck. Sintro takes the lead once again.
Yeah, so Longo, actually smart, going for the gyro from the ledge. And gyro from the ledge, very, very hard to contest. But try to convert it into a forward smash. Have to wonder, was that a misinput, or was that, you know, was that just the conversion he went for? Either way, not going to connect. And now we see that Pyra again. Longo just fiending for that big down air, fiending for that big forward smash. And I don't like that. You cannot play in that style against Rob unless you catch your opponent sleeping, and that he does. Now Sintro back to even stocks, and what looked like a pretty solid lead, now a lot more manageable for Longo if he can find a combo starter here.
Right, and he does find some combo starter, but it's not enough. Only 10% on Sintro, 37% right now. It's starting to build up. Longo's definitely making some moves here. The Pyra comes out once again. Sintro needs to get off the ledge without taking too much damage. Gets hit by the blazing edge, but he gets out somehow. And now it's Longo.
The hurt box shifts on the hurt animations coming in big for Sintro there, and the gyro actually making Pyra forward to less safe. We saw the up smash out of shield coming out by Sintro, a little bit of a preemptive punish, and Longo getting the grab because of it. Now looking for the downer. Tech chase not going to connect. Longo using that Pyra to her maximum efficiency, but when Sintro finds those hits, that disadvantage is definitely a little bit of a weakness. We see the tech chase, we see the grab. Longo really coming alive in this final stock. A little bit of a chase. The up B, meaty hitbox Sintro just weaves around that. So much flexibility on that Rob up B. Pyra using the platform to mitigate lag, gets pressured, is going to disengage, looks for that back air, and again the down tilt down smash. Another one of those is going to give Sintro the 2-0 lead, and Longo, he really looks down in the dumps.
Yeah, and that's understandable. Missing the tech twice in one game on that down tilt. I mean, it's a hard tech to get, don't get me wrong. And even when you tech in place or tech inward, you're still gonna die to that down smash. So, but it still feels bad. It feels really bad because, well, you managed to get it back. He was pretty far behind with the Pyra Mythra. He managed to get it back somewhat and even got Sintro in some very scary situations. But in the end, didn't quite get it. We're gonna go to game number 3. Sintro with the 2-0 lead, and we're back to the Rob.
Rob Dittos are on a line. Let's see who wins this time around. We're on Battlefield. Looks to be a little bit of a comfort pick for Longo. We also saw him go to Battlefield with Pyra. Mythra, the first downer is going to connect, but the second one won't. Now, the laser trade, Sintro getting the best of that, and the even percents. That laser does insane damage. A little bit on the slower side, but if he catches you pressing preemptive buttons like your own laser, it could just connect. The small laser, not as big of a deal, of course. Now,
no, but
it continues. Go ahead, Near.
No, well, the small laser does help to gain a little bit of stage back in disadvantaged situations. So you just want to kind of throw it out here and there. I've seen the laser KO a couple of times as well in this tournament. The up smash definitely gonna KO as well. Sintro has been finding these up smashes, and those are some early kills he's getting. Yeah,
those early kills are huge for Sintro. And he's turning what looked to be, you know, going into this game, based on what we've heard, wasn't looking too pretty. But now, it's an entirely different game. 2-0 lead for Sintro. He's up one stock. He's got the momentum. Longo going high again. Going high has never worked out for him before.
No, it hasn't. And the forward air will keep Longo at bay. The gyro gets thrown out, but doesn't really do anything. There's the up smash in return. Longo taking one out of Sintro's book. Gets the up smash, gets the stock. And now it's time to build that comeback. 71%, that's doable.
Definitely doable. So far, though, the anti-hop grab from Longo.
There.
Setting up a little bit of advantage, trying to prevent Sintro. But Sintro just kind of jumping back to stage, not even getting ledge trapped at all.
Bit of a lack of discipline on that ledge trap then. Tried to go for that down air, didn't quite get it, so Sintro makes it back to the stage. A lot of item play coming around. Sintro, once again, trying to go for that up smash, and he gets it again!
Yeah, they were hugging it out, and at the end of the day, Sintro saying, no sir, that's not my cup of tea, and finding a very, very nice up smash there. And now, Longo is on the ropes. Look at the percentage on Sintro, definitely not anywhere near death percents yet, especially considering how hard it is to hit Rob, how hard it is to gimp Rob, how hard it is to kill Rob. So in that sense, these hits are coming in a big way. The up air is going to connect. Sintro does know how to DI it. Let's go, Sintro. Does not know how to DI it that time. I think he just guessed, but he guessed extremely well. And now we're going to see an even game. Longo, if you ever had a moment to turn it up, now would be the time. The laser trades 5%, not a big deal. The gyro out the tech chase. Sintro just kind of getting the better out of these exchanges, out of these little exchanges like the forward air. Sintro at the end of the day holding an advantage again. Longo going high. He keeps going high. I don't like this. Sintro retreating to the corner, gets pressured, but Longo overextending. It looks like Longo a little bit eager to get the next hit in, and that eagerness can either lead to amazing results or to huge defeat. There's no real in between, so a very binary playstyle coming out from Longo here. And I don't like binary in a situation where you're losing. I don't like binary in a situation where Sintro is in control with 2 games up, and Longo looking for an empty lane is gonna get intercepted. Sintro reacting. Sintro, those preemptive up smashes could be the death of him. Getting some Siski vibes here from that out of field game, but the back air is gonna connect, and a 3-0 victory. Sintro establishing dominance and advances to the next round.
Great presence of mind to go for that back air, because we saw Sintro trying to go for the up smashes time and time again, and they have worked so far. Longo knew that Sintro was fishing for the up smash, so he dodged out on the first one. But the back air, just a little bit of a hurt box shift, and suddenly you lose your stock. And Sintro takes it home, 3-0 over Longo. The clear winner in this Rob Ditto.
Yeah, a 3-0, very undeniable. Even beating the Pyra Mythra, right? So even when Longo pulled out the secondaries, pulled out the quote-unquote better matchup, Sintro still one step ahead of his opposition. Very, very well done by Sintro. I mean, I'm a big fan of how he's been changing his playstyle more and more, and really molding it into one that can hang out with the best, and hanging out with the best is exactly what he's doing. As, you know, he's now one round